Coach, you just want to start off with some opening thoughts and a statement about the game?
I thought our team played hard, and hard play is exactly what can take on Seton Hall because they're a really tough team, and they do some unconventional things sometimes offensively and systematically, and so it took a lot of focus for our group to get out there and just kind of put sweat equity into the match, and so it was good. After we played them here earlier in the fall, in the 5-game barn burner, it was just bedlam the whole time, and it just took a lot for us to dig deep, and I think it caught us by surprise a little bit, and we certainly weren't about to underestimate them tonight. So I thought our team did a great job, great senior leadership in our group, and we're just really excited to be able to move forward, play it again at home here in our own gym against Cincinnati tomorrow.
Coach, can you talk about the transformation of Holly Burns over the last month, especially in the
Yeah, Holly's a really neat story because she's one of those kids that injured her knee day 1 of her freshman year, and so she redshirted. And then day 2 or something of her sophomore year, injured it again. And so she couldn't find another redshirt year, but she had to rehab it, come back. I mean, she's such a skinny thing out there, just kind of bouncing and swinging, and it just seems like she could go forever. But for her to persevere, those 2 knee surgeries and those 2 rehabs and all that stuff, the toll that it takes on you mentally and emotionally, I think is so hard, let alone physically. And so our doctors, our athletic training staff, everybody did a great job with her. And I'll just never forget the phone call as she was kind of really deciding, can I keep doing this? Is it really worth it? Is it worth the risk? Can I push through the challenge? And talking with her and her mom on the phone because she was home for the holidays, and then just they kept saying, don't give up on her. Just, we can do it, don't give up. And I believe in that. That's the kind of stuff that I want to hear as a coach, is that I'm going to give everything I got, coach, just hang in there with me. I said, all right, well, hang in there. And sure enough, she won the starting job at the beginning of the season. 5th point into the first match of the fall, goes down with an ankle sprain. I mean, it was just like she's so snake bit. And she was so frustrated, but she came back, worked her way back into the lineup, and she's just been a dynamic player for us ever since.
How important was that intensity for you guys to start the match, both of you?
We knew that we were going to have to come out with a lot of intensity, like Coach said before, playing Seton Hall earlier in the season. Like, they are a team that's just going to grind and play their hearts out. So we didn't want to underestimate them, and we knew like we were going to come out with our best intensity. If we didn't, that they definitely could have beat us.
I think the other thing for our group is, they sat around all day, amped. At 2 o'clock, I'm ready to go, coach. It's 10 a.m. I'm ready to go, coach. Like, they were just so amped the whole day. I was worried that we would fizzle before we even got on the court, but just getting them really dialed in. We've had a really great 2 weeks here at home, as last weekend finished regular season, getting ready for this week for practice. Everything that we were doing, you could feel the composure along with that competitive attitude.
So I actually have a question for you. When you guys hit the ball today, it sounded like you could hear it from 10 miles away. You told me yesterday, unified intensity. It seemed like you guys had it today. Were you guys using all that excitement and just using it on the ball? Because you guys were hitting the ball so hard.
Yeah, we just knew we had to come out swinging hard because they're a really good defensive team, and we knew that if we didn't swing our hardest, that they would definitely dig us, and like they did a couple times. But yeah, we knew that we were going to come out swinging, and we had to just play our hardest.
Actually, what does Sierra and Holly bring you to your senior class?
They bring a lot. It's awesome being able to play with them. Sierra's just such a fire. Like, in the locker room, she just fires us up so much. And Holly, you look at her and she's just so quiet. But man, like, the first day I saw her, I was like, oh, she can't hit the ball very hard. And she took first swing and I was like, holy cow. Like, she just, the stuff that she brings just gets me so excited. And both of them, like, they just inspire me to play. When I'm in the back row and they hit the ball, it's like, oh yeah, I get to do that when I get to the front row.
And then just one more thing for both of you. This Big East tournament, it's at Marquette. How important is it for you guys that you can move forward right now at home?
I thought that was the best crowd we've had all year. It's really cool to watch our Marquette community, our student athlete community, our student community. I mean, that place filled up in a hurry and it got loud, and that's a really neat, there's a great environment. It's so cool that our administration has put all the work and effort into creating this moment for us. And I'm glad that we've taken advantage of it so far, and we know tomorrow it's just going to be full tilt, but there is no place like home, and so we're really pumped to play here.
So I have a question for both of you. This is a huge win, so you're going to play tomorrow against Cincinnati, and how do you try to not take this in too much and get a high, and how do you try to stay focused for tomorrow, because this is such a big win?
We know Cincinnati isn't going to be easy, so like, you just have to come out with our best play. Like, we can't overlook them, we can't underlook them. They're going to be a good team, and we're just going to have to come out with the same intensity that we came out with today, with plus more, in order to get a win tomorrow. It's not going to be an easy game at all.
Yeah, we'll spend about 15 more minutes. We'll head into the locker room and into our video room, and we'll spend the next hour and a half eating, watching, talking, game planning, doing everything that we can to prepare for Cincinnati tomorrow. We'll get up in the morning, do it all over again, and I think it's good for us that our match against them is still pretty fresh in our memories, in the sense of knowing what we need to do tactically better. It's not good for us that they whipped us on their own court, and so that's the kind of thing that we need to be able to turn back around and make sure that we get better intensity and energy to.
What did Seton Hall's coach say after the game?
He just said that when he tells his team how he wants them to play, that he shows them video of me. So he just likes the way I play and like the intensity that I bring. So that's basically what he said to me.
Is that something you like to hear as a coach?
Yeah, that's a really cool compliment, and we talked about that before. That I say the same thing to him all the time about his team. Is we get to the end and I go, God, man, I love and hate your team all at the same time. What a great team to compete against because they compete so hard. Their attitude is, we want to win a point, we'll do anything to get it. And same. I think Beyer grew up playing against Matusiak. And so there they are, matched up all season long. It was like that last year. All season long, you could just feel that intensity. And I think that love-hating relationship exists there. Now, here they are, two seniors, they'll part and never play against each other again. And I think that respect is a really healthy thing. I think they'll both walk away from it and kind of say, wow, I'll never forget playing against her. And so those are really neat memories and a really cool thing for the Seton Hall coach to say about Beyer.